It is the greatest spectacle in all of motorsports. It is the running here. We're at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, otherwise known as the famed Brickyard. Yep, hence the name of this race, the Brickyard 400 for the Castrol GTX Cup Series. It is stop number 21, I believe, on this series. And here's the lineup for today's event. On the pole, car number 19, the winner at the Pepsi 400 at Daytona is Jack Richards, who has the pole for today, set at 182 miles an hour. Row 2 has Charles Sanford in car number 12. Row number 2 has Cole Daly in number 24, and beside him, the 2 of Dylan Young. Row number 3, Andy Timmons in the 7, and beside him, the 29 of the defending race winner, Kyle Matthews, looking for his second Brickyard win in a row. Row 4 has Mike Becker, right up there in the points chase. And beside him, in the number 22, it is Cody Lamas, the winner at the last race on the tour at Pocono. Row number 5, Dalton Day in the 20, and beside him, Zed Weinstein in the 70. And here comes the command to fire him up here at the Brickyard.
Drivers, start your engines!
Man, give the priority engines. Row number 6 has Leah Walker in the 18, and beside her, Jeremy Doobie in 68, one of the drivers to watch here today. Row number 7, the 14 of Joshua Michaels, and the 28 of Keith Batson, the winner at Michigan. Then row number 9 has Ryan Richards in the 75, the winner at New Hampshire, and beside him, the 25 of Tanner Doobie. Then it's Super Shears, Dougie Shears inside row number 10, and beside him, John Lena in car number 44. So the field rounds through turn number 4. Here, Ford and Oldsmobile, or Ford and Buick, I should say, excuse me, on the front row here for today's event. As the pace car looks off on the pit road. The field lined up in 2x2 formation as we are about to get set for green flag racing here at the Brickyard 400 for season 9. Green flag waves and boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys and girls. Turn 2 is usually the trouble spot. Turn 2 and coming off of turn 3 is when it is the trouble spots here at the Brickyard. So let's see what happens on this track here. Cole Daly driving inside of Jack Richards. Here they come off turn number 2. Let's see what happens. Clean come out of second turn. Ironic, kind of surprising. Daly dives inside of Richards there, side by side in turn number 3. Let's see what happens in the third and fourth turns here. Now this is Calamity Corner we're talking about right here. Andy Timmons goes inside of Daly. And whoa! How Jack Richards did not wreck was beyond me. That was close. And we actually going to get through the first lap clean. How about that? It is Cole Daly on in front, car number 24. He led the first lap of the event. Mike Becker now goes in second place there. One of the drivers right up there in the points chase. He's taking championship. Leah Walker's in third. Fourth is Dalton Day. Fifth now is Cody Lamas. Dylan Young drops to 6th with Andy Timmons in 7th in car number 7. Keep an eye on these two. They're side by side in the third and fourth turns now. And now round goes Leah Walker. And more problems in the versus Keith Batson's around. And he's taking Stephanie now. He takes Stephanie into the wall and with him. What the heck just happened? What a weird deal coming out of turn number 4. The yellow flag no doubt flies. Let's look at what happened there. And let's first look at what happened to Leah Walker in the 18. She was the real cause of the yellow flag. Her and Dalton Day were side by side in turn number 3. Now I said this was Calamity Corner, and Dalton hits the wall and bounces off Leah Walker, and Leah spins. And around she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Oh, and Chris Stollerton crashed into her, and so did Ann Batson in the 3. No damage apparently into Ann's car, but so she might be making a go of it here at Indy. Now let's check out what happened to Keith Batson. And it's a shame for Keith. He was number 3 in the standings coming in. Gets into Seth Cole, and then he gets off Jeremy Doobie. And Keith's going around and around. He saves the car. Now watch what he does to Stephanie Naylor in the 26 car. Goes up into Stephanie, sends her into John Lena, and she spins there and sends Stephanie into the wall. So apparently didn't see Stephanie clear on the outside at all. So kind of a weird first few laps of this race here. Jack Richards coming in for has come out of an unscheduled pit stop as he goes through the warm-up lane and back on the racetrack. 3 cars out of the race now. Leah Walker, Ann Batson, and Chris Stollerton all out of the event. So the lights in the pace car are off. 35 cars still running in this event. And we're not done yet. Not by a long shot we are. There's probably going to be some wrecking galore here on this racetrack with that many cars left. We had almost an IROC field left at 1 year at the Brickyard, I believe. But by an IROC field, I mean 12 cars. So, but anyway, it's Cole Daly out in front. In the second goes Mike Becker. Third is Cody Lamas. Fourth, Dylan Young. Fifth is Charles Saver. Then Ryan Richards, Dougie Shears, Johnny Gardner, Andy Timmons, and Kyle Matthews. As the green flag waves, we're back underway at Indy. Cole Daly looking for his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory. He's got Mike Becker right behind. Becker, one of the ones running for the championship. This season he's up in leading in the points right now, I believe. He'll be second in points, excuse me, to Seth Cole. And now here comes Calamity Corner, turn number 3. And as they go down to the third turn, Hope, here we go. And cars strewn all over the racetrack. This may not be pretty coming out turn 4. And oh, Luke Walker, he and John Lena touched. Keep an eye on this pack of cars, or this may not get pretty out through there as Joshua Michaels goes outside of Daniel Day. And now goes inside of Rohit Baderview in the 90. And meanwhile, Dougie Shears out of nowhere takes the lead here at the Brickyard. And no problems. Stephanie Naylor's crashed. Car 26, the cockpit full of smoke inside Stephanie's car. And that engine revving right at the blowing up point for Stephanie Naylor. She wants to blow that motor up and just let it die, but actually Stephanie was not the cause of the yellow flag, actually. I think of all this bunch of cars right here, Luke Walker got loose in turn number 1, a 66 car. He's on the inside of Dylan Poteet in 83. He hits Dylan spins and sends Keith Batson up the track, and Luke just forced Keith hard in the wall. And Stephanie Naylor, bam! Into Luke Walker and then pancakes Keith Batson's car. And tough break for Keith. He was third coming into this race in the points. And for Stephanie Miller, the winner at Kentucky, things have gone from bad to worse for this lady. And Luke Walker just cannot fight a loose, couldn't fight a loose race car. Is about what it all boiled down to. But and Stephanie got the worst end of this deal. She was way back in the pack though. Let's ride with Stephanie Naylor on this one. That's what I was talking about. She was right on the rev limiter. I think just wanting to purposely blow the motor up. And there's the race coming to the start-finish line on the yellow. Dougie Shears will come across the start-finish line, the leader of the race. And Kosasnowski had crashed. Now let's see. I don't know what happened there. Oh my gosh, we had a big one in the third turn. Let's look at what happened there. Mike Becker's up the track. Now he's on the outside of Zed Weinstein and Joshua Osborne. And those three had spun. So did Andy Timmons. So did Cody Lamas. Oh, and Lamas got T-boned big time by Tanner Doobie. And sent Lamas upside down. Oh my God! Tanner Doobie's upside down. Nick Baxter's upside down. Dylan Poteet is upside down. He's barrel... Yeah, do a barrel roll. Watch this. Real time. Do a barrel roll indeed. Dylan Poteet. Horrible crash. Jessica Shelton, she was also in the crash. Pichu London was upside down as well. Suddenly got into a barrel roll fest here at the Brickyard. And Tanner Doobie shows off his barrel roll. He's spinning like a top. Do a barrel roll, 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 do a barrel roll. What am I singing here? But that knocked tons of cars out of this race, and now we got 23 cars left running. Amazingly enough, Luke Walker's still one of them. Cars out of the race as we're about to... Now, pace cars, lights are still on. Cars still running. Cars still running as we're about to get set for a restart. Cars out of the race. Keith Batson, Jessica Shelton, Cody Lamas, Jack Richards, Kyle Sosnowski, Tanner Doobie, Nick Baxter, Ty Sheets, Pichu London, Dylan Poteet, Adrian Becker, Stephanie Naylor, Leah Walker, Ann Batson, and Chris Dalton all out of the race. 15 cars on the attrition list here at Indy. That's unreal. So we're about to get set for a 4-lap shootout here at the Brickyard 400. It is Dougie Shears, Super Shears out in front, looking for his first win of the season. So is Johnny Gardner, the defending series champion, in second position. He's in second place. Third is now Dylan Young. Fourth is Cole Daly. Fifth is Ryan Richards. And it's Kyle Matthews, the defending race winner. And sixth, seventh is Rohit Baderby. Eighth, Daniel Day. Ninth, Joshua Michaels. And 10th is Seth Cole, with Tim Fiegel in the 11th position. So here we go. Field comes out of the start-finish line. Green flag back in the air. We're underway. 4 laps to go at the Brickyard. If the yellow comes out from this point on, this may be the end of the race. Ford in first, then Pontiac second and third, then a Chevy in fourth, and a Pontiac in fifth. So a Ford trying to hold off a slew of General Motors cars. Johnny Gardner inside of Dougie Shears for the lead. And Luke Walker stalled on the racetrack. 3 wide. This is not good news in turn number 3. And Kyle Matthews sideways. He takes second. And the pace car's on the racetrack. 3 laps to go. Johnny Gardner leads the race. And the yellow was out definitely for Luke Walker in the 66. He is stalled on the racetrack. Yeah, something had definitely gone wrong. Luke Walker is crawling at a snail's pace. Yeah, so it's a simple case of a stalled car on the racetrack. So Luke Walker and we got the speedometer on him. He's doing 15 miles an hour in the backstretch as the whole field comes up. And I don't know. I thought he'd almost come across the whole field. I thought he almost did. Luke Walker did. I don't know. Yeah, they scattered out, and that was almost a wreck right there. So Luke Walker stalled out on the racetrack. So apparently a blown motor for Luke Walker. This is where it got really hairy though, going into turn number 3. Johnny Gardner, yeah, he in the front few cars. Cole Daly's pushed Comet sideways down the racetrack. He passed both Dylan Young and Dougie Shears. Looked like he was going to get a beat on Johnny Gardner, though, for the lead, but just some crazy racing on this final lap, and the yellow and white flags have flown, so this race, so the Brickyard 400 will end under caution. So that means Johnny Gardner finally gets his first win of the season in the number 42 Mellow Yellow Pontiac. At the right place at the right time. Second was Kyle Matthews. A good run, just one spot shy of winning a second Brickyard in a row. Dougie Shears comes on third. Fourth was Dylan Young. Fifth place to Ryan Richards. Sixth place Cole Daly. Seventh, Daniel Day. Eighth is Rohit Baderview. Ninth, with a solid run, the championship leader, Seth Cole. Joshua Osborne, a terrific run, finishes 10th. 11th was John Lena. 12th was Joshua Michaels. 13th, Jasmine Acosta. 14th, Zed Weinstein. 15th, Mike Becker. 16th, Tim Fiegel. 17th was Chris Washer. Andy Timmons, 18th. 19th, Charles Sanford. 20th, Charles Jackson. 21st, Dalton Day. 22nd, Jeremy Dibby. 23rd, apparently problems solved on that car, Luke Walker. So it was not a blown engine. It was a simple case of maybe out of gas or stalled out or whatever. Had to tow back to the pits and whatever it was, they got the car re-cranked on the Luke Walker car. But so at least he will finish the race here at the Brickyard. But nonetheless, The moment is all about this guy here, Johnny Gardner, in car number 42, the Mellow Yellow Pontiac. He was way back in the point standings coming in, but here he is. There it is. Brickyard 400 belongs to Johnny Gardner. He wins at Indianapolis, the racing capital of the world, and he has done it here today at the Brickyard. So Johnny Gardner, there are tons of frustration for him. Finally ends up winner of the event. Average speed 86.230 miles an hour, and there's your point. There's your final running order. Actually, we gave you the running order already, so we'll check. So double check it for you. 23 cars finished this race out of 38, so 15 were already out. So anyways, so there's your finishing order of this race, and yeah, all the cars except for 2 of them out because of crashes. Jessica Shelton out with a valve problem on her car, and Stephanie Naylor had a header problem, but for all intents and purposes, for both Jessica and Stephanie, blown engines for both those two ladies. But a big win for Johnny Gardner in car number 42. The Mellow Yellow Pontiac goes to victory lane here at the Brickyard. And your points there right now. Seth Cole has a 92-point lead on Mike Becker in the points chase. Joshua Osborne currently 3rd by 170 points. Then it's Zed Weinstein in 4th. 5th is Keith Batson. 6th is Dylan Young. 7th, Jessica Shelton. 8th is Kyle Matthews. 9th right now is Jasmine Acosta. 10th place is Chris Washer. Then, we'll see the rest of where you're at right now in the points chase. John Lena down in 20th in the points. And the rest of your order in the points chase right now is 70 Naylor in last place at this moment. So next race on the tour will be at Watkins Glen for the Hey Jesse at the Glen. I know, stupid name for a race, but yeah, so we'll see you then, and don't miss it.